Stop doing this, or otherwise you will never be happy with your voice. Well, I want to do a little pep talk today and hopefully motivate you. Hi and welcome to today's video. In case you don't know me yet, my name is Freya Casey, professional singer and vocal coach. I've sung opera professionally, I've sung jazz, pop, in orchestras, with bands all over the world, on cruise ships, and I just want to share my experience with you. So what I notice among a lot of young singers, but not only young singers, also those who just, you have singers you adore, and that is absolutely normal. I have singers I adore, and it is very natural that you would love a piece of that. You would like to be a little bit like them and have a voice like them because it sounds amazing and you don't think you sound amazing. Here's one thing, and I've talked about it many times. If you continue to compare yourself to someone else, you can't compare apples and pears. Well, you can compare them if you think about, okay, they both have seeds, and seeds will, if you plant them, bring forth new fruit. That is true for both apples and pears. But what isn't true is that it's going to taste the exact same way, or look the exact same way, or smell the exact same way. Not everything is the same. There are commonalities. There are really a lot of things that are true for both. And it's the same with voices. There are a lot of basics that will apply to everyone's voice, things that you can do and things you can learn from your favorite singers that they do that are going to work just because they're basic principles of singing and physics. You should learn from their technique if there's something good they're doing that results in a great sound. However, even if you do that thing, you're not going to sound the same way. Even if your favorite singer belts a E5 and it sounds amazing and it sounds so clean and clear, if you just don't have that type of voice, if you are naturally an alto, you're not going to sing that exact same pitch and sound the exact same way. It would be kind of freaky. Even when you speak, you're not going to sound like someone else. You may sound a little similar to someone else who has a very similar voice type, but you are always going to be unique, and you're going to be just the only one who sounds exactly like you. And so you should start adapting technique, but not trying to sound exactly the same way. And also, always remember what works for your voice. I mean, I can't copy just anyone, but what I can do is sing the song somewhat in the style that suits the song and the music, but make it into my own thing by respecting what my voice does best. You're always going to stay very frustrated. You're never going to make progress if all you do is copy someone else. You can't copy. You can copy their technique. You can copy the way they compress. You can copy their vocal fry onset. But that is not copying their voice. That is merely taking a piece of technique, applying it, and then doing it in your own voice. Much like dancers can learn steps, but then their body looks different than another dancer's body, and it's always going to be some differences there. And I want you to be happy with your voice and not to struggle against it. There is no use to struggle against it. It's almost like you want to go with the flow. You want to challenge yourself in learning those techniques that your favorite singers know how to apply, because they are a step ahead or a few steps ahead. They are proficient in doing those techniques and applying them and just having control. That is something you definitely need to work on. But even if you do, you're not going to sound exactly like that person because your timbre is naturally different. And I suggest listen to singers who have a very similar voice type than you have. If you are someone who has naturally a very lower voice, I mean, you could listen to Adele. She has a darker tone, but don't listen to Barbra Streisand because she has a whole different voice color, or Ariana Grande. On the other hand, if you are someone who has a brighter, lighter, higher voice, don't try to sound like Bonnie Tyler. I don't know, some of you may be young and don't know her, but she has a lower raspy voice and it's a very unique timbre. You can't sound exactly like someone else, and you shouldn't want to. You should want to sound like you. So please don't fall into the trap of trying to copy someone else's voice, but instead you want to learn the technique that they're applying that is working really well. Thank you so much for watching today. Give the video a thumbs up if you also want to find your unique voice and be awesome at doing you. Check out my website for tons of free resources. I have a free 5-day belting challenge. I have a free 7 days to perfect support course and a bunch of other things that you can download. I have a free 30-minute audio warm-up routine. Check it out at masteryourvoice.tv. And if you have not read my book yet, it's also available on Amazon. It's also called Master Your Voice. Have a most wonderful day, and don't forget to always keep a song in your heart and always keep on singing.
Amazing grace, how sweet